Are you a man over 60? Then lean in, because this could be one of the most important messages you hear all year. What if I told you that the fading energy, the challenges in the bedroom, that feeling that your body just isn't keeping up with your spirit? What if that isn't just getting older? What if it's something far more specific, something your body is desperately trying to tell you and something you can actually fix? If you've noticed your erections aren't as strong or reliable as they once were, if your energy levels feel like they're constantly on empty, or if you find yourself shying away from intimacy not because the desire isn't there, but because your body feels like it's betraying you, then you absolutely cannot afford to miss this. It might not be the inevitable march of time. It could be a straightforward deficiency in 3 critical vitamins your system is practically screaming for. Stick with me, because today we're not just talking about problems. We're unlocking solutions that could give you back the vitality you thought was gone for good. And I'll even show you the biggest mistake most men make that sabotages their efforts. A mistake you can avoid starting tonight. For over 3 incredible decades, I've dedicated my life as a men's health specialist to helping men, particularly those over 60, reclaim their energy, their zest for life, and yes, the sexual confidence they feared was a closed chapter. Here's a truth that many in the medical field might not emphasize enough. For so many older men, the issue isn't a lack of desire, it's a lack of fundamental support for circulation, stamina, and hormones. And often, the most powerful first step isn't found in a prescription pad, but right in your own kitchen and in understanding what your body truly needs. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you precisely which 3 vitamins every man over 60 should be seriously considering, and how these powerhouses can work to restore natural erections, give your testosterone a much-needed boost, and reignite your energy levels, bringing you back to life. And before we dive deep, if you're ready to take control and learn something that could genuinely change things for you, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. That way, you won't miss out on any more vital health tips designed specifically for men like you. And let me know you're with me. If this message is already hitting home, type a 1 in the comments. If not, type a 0 and tell me what you'd find more helpful. Your feedback is gold. All right, let's get right into it. Let's start with the absolute foundation, the first and perhaps most frequently overlooked key to unlocking better blood flow and more natural, spontaneous erections, especially for men navigating their 60s and beyond. It's a nutrient your body used to produce in abundance, almost effortlessly, particularly when you enjoyed time soaking up the sun's rays. But as the years pass, our body's ability to synthesize it declines sharply, and often so does our circulation, our energy, and our intimate performance. I'm talking about vitamin D, often affectionately called the sunshine vitamin. But for you, it might just be the cornerstone for rebuilding your strength, your confidence, and that vital spark. I vividly recall a consultation with a gentleman named Paul, a sharp, thoughtful man of 67 who sat across from me, his frustration palpable. "Doc," he confided, his voice heavy with a quiet sadness, "I still want to be close to my wife. I truly do, but my body just won't cooperate anymore. It's like it's forgotten how." That heartfelt confession is one I've heard echoed by hundreds, if not thousands, of men over my career. And more often than you might imagine, the journey to reigniting that spark, to getting his body back on his team, doesn't begin with a complex pharmaceutical. It starts with addressing something as fundamental as vitamin D. You see, vitamin D is one of the most profoundly underestimated nutrients when we consider men's health after 60. We often relegate it to bone health for kids or something you vaguely get from being outdoors. But the reality is far more impactful for mature men. Vitamin D plays a direct, powerful role in male performance. Think of it as the master switch that helps your blood vessels relax and open up, allowing oxygen-rich blood to surge throughout your entire system, including, crucially, to the very areas that define your masculine vitality. When vitamin D levels are insufficient, that intricate system falters. Circulation slows, energy plummets, and intimacy becomes a frustrating challenge instead of a joyful connection. Shockingly, studies show that over 40% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D. We're talking about good men who try to stay active, who generally eat well, yet still find themselves asking, why don't I feel like myself anymore? Why is this happening? When your vitamin D is low, your body's production of nitric oxide, a molecule absolutely essential for healthy blood flow and robust sexual performance, takes a nosedive. This isn't just about the bedroom, it's about overall stamina, mental clarity, and that deep-seated confidence that comes from feeling your body is working with you. The fantastic news is that correcting a deficiency doesn't require a monumental effort. Just 15 to 20 minutes of morning sunlight on your skin can make a difference. Incorporating more vitamin D-rich foods like salmon, tuna, or fortified dairy products is also beneficial. And for many, supplementing with a high-quality vitamin D3 can radically shift how their body feels and performs. I have personally witnessed patients who could barely manage a short walk feel a surge of energy, a renewed connection with their partners, all from addressing this one simple deficiency. This isn't just theory, gentlemen. It's pure body chemistry, and it's one of the simplest, most effective ways to start reclaiming your strength. But even with blood flowing more freely, your body needs the raw power to keep things moving. That's where our next vitamin comes into play. While improved circulation thanks to adequate vitamin D is a game changer, your body still needs the fundamental fuel to power that system, to sustain energy, and to turn potential into action. If you've ever felt that bone-deep weariness, that persistent fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to cure, then our second vital nutrient might just be the key to unlocking the vibrant energy you've been missing. This is where vitamin B12, the true energy generator of your body, steps onto the stage. A few years back, a patient named Robert, a robust 72-year-old retired firefighter and a proud grandfather, came to see me. Beneath his strong, stoic exterior, he looked utterly worn out. He told me, "Doc, I make sure I get 8 hours of sleep. I eat my 3 square meals. But I still feel like I'm dragging myself through every single day. My brain feels foggy, my body is constantly tired, and honestly, when it comes time to be close with my wife, I just don't have anything left in the tank." His story resonated so deeply because it's a narrative I hear far too often, and it's one that's so easily overlooked. What Robert was describing, almost textbook style, were the classic signs of vitamin B12 deficiency, a condition I see in countless men over the age of 60. This vitamin is absolutely crucial for energy production at a cellular level. Without sufficient B12, your body simply cannot efficiently convert the food you eat into usable energy. It doesn't matter how nutritious your diet is or how much rest you get. If B12 is lacking, your system is essentially running on empty, sputtering along. Furthermore, vitamin B12 plays a pivotal role in the formation of healthy red blood cells, the very vehicles that carry life-giving oxygen to your muscles, your brain, and yes, to your sexual organs. When these crucial cells are in short supply or aren't functioning optimally, everything slows down. Your stamina fades, your mental focus dulls, and you might feel a profound sense of disconnection from the activities and passions that once brought you joy. And here's the critical catch. As we age, our body's ability to absorb vitamin B12 from food naturally declines. Even if you're diligently eating B12-rich foods like meat, eggs, or dairy, you might not be absorbing enough to meet your body's needs. This explains why so many older men report feeling tired, weak, or mentally foggy, even when their basic health checkups seem to indicate everything is fine on paper. The solution, thankfully, can be surprisingly straightforward. Increasing B12 levels through high-quality oral supplementation, or in some cases where absorption is a significant issue, through doctor-administered injections, can dramatically restore mental clarity, physical stamina, and that wonderful feeling of being truly awake and engaged with life again. I've seen men transform from dozing off in their armchairs every afternoon to actively hiking, laughing with gusto, and being fully present with their loved ones, all from correcting a deficiency they never even knew they had. But energy, as vital as it is, isn't the complete picture. Your body also requires robust protection, something that strengthens your blood vessels, from the inside out, reduces harmful inflammation, and supports the very hormones that are intrinsically linked to your masculine identity. That's where our third essential vitamin makes its entrance. It's often dubbed the fertility vitamin, but its impact on a man's overall health, especially after 60, reaches far, far beyond reproduction. In fact, without it, your testosterone levels and circulatory health may already be quietly slipping. Now, even if your circulation is getting a boost and your energy cells are firing up, there's another crucial element needed for sustained male vitality: protection and hormonal support. This brings us to our third powerhouse nutrient, often known for its benefits in other areas, but absolutely vital for men over 60. I'm talking about vitamin E. It's sometimes referred to as the fertility vitamin, but its role in maintaining a man's vigor, especially as he matures, is far more comprehensive and essential than just that. I remember a conversation with James, a 70-year-old retired pilot, a man who had always taken pride in his health and discipline. He came into my clinic looking frustrated and genuinely confused. "Doc," he began, "I eat well. I make sure to exercise. I feel like I'm doing everything right. But lately, I just feel off. My drive is down. I'm not bouncing back from things the way I used to. And if I'm being completely honest, I just don't feel like a man anymore." His words hit me hard because James wasn't someone who was careless or neglectful of his health. He was disciplined, proud, and deeply committed. Yet, he was missing a key piece of the puzzle, something that even many doctors rarely emphasize enough: adequate vitamin E. This nutrient isn't just a simple skin supplement or a minor player in fertility. For men, particularly those over 60, vitamin E is a veritable powerhouse. It's a potent natural antioxidant, which means it actively fights off the oxidative stress and chronic inflammation that silently wage war on your body, damaging your blood vessels, disrupting your hormonal balance, and impairing your reproductive organs as you age. When this inflammation is allowed to build up unchecked, blood flow inevitably weakens, testosterone levels can dip, and energy levels crash. It's not usually a sudden event, but a slow, constant erosion. And without even realizing it, men like James begin to lose that vital edge, that sense of robust well-being. What makes vitamin E so critically important is its remarkable ability to help keep your blood vessels flexible, supple, and your circulation strong and unimpeded. We need to remember that erections aren't solely about arousal, they are fundamentally about healthy blood flow. And when blood can't efficiently reach where it needs to go, performance naturally suffers. But its benefits don't stop there. Vitamin E also plays a significant role in helping your body produce testosterone more efficiently. After the age of 60, maintaining healthy testosterone levels becomes more critical than ever. Low testosterone doesn't just impact your experience in the bedroom, it profoundly affects your mood, your motivation, your cognitive function, and your overall sense of purpose and drive. The wonderful news here is that restoring and maintaining healthy vitamin E levels can be achieved easily and naturally. Foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, rich olive oil, and dark leafy greens such as spinach or Swiss chard are all excellent sources. If dietary intake isn't quite enough, a high-quality natural vitamin E supplement can effectively help fill in any gaps. I've seen men like James return to my clinic months later, a genuine smile on their face, reporting that they feel sharper, stronger, and more deeply connected to life again, all thanks to addressing this often overlooked nutrient. Now you might be thinking, okay, Dr. Carr, these 3 vitamins sound important individually, but what happens when you bring them all together? Is there a way they work in concert to amplify the results? The answer to that is a resounding yes. In fact, when vitamin D, vitamin B12, and vitamin E are present in the right amounts and working correctly, they can create a powerful ripple effect that transforms not just your energy levels or your erections, but your entire experience of aging, infusing it with renewed vitality. Years ago, I had a patient named Walter, a 68-year-old retired high school coach who had always prided himself on staying active, both physically and mentally sharp. He'd been taking vitamin D for a while, then he added B12 after consistently feeling tired, and later he started including vitamin E when I explained its crucial role in testosterone support and circulatory health. But it wasn't until he began taking all three consistently and in the appropriate bioavailable forms and dosages that something truly remarkable clicked. I vividly remember him striding into my office one afternoon, grinning from ear to ear and exclaiming, "Doc, I don't know exactly what you did or what combination this is, but I feel like I've got a brand new engine under the hood." That, my friends, is the incredible power of synergy. These vitamins don't just work in isolation. They actively support, enhance, and amplify each other's benefits. Think of it this way. Vitamin D works to improve your circulation by boosting nitric oxide, helping to open up those crucial blood pathways. Then vitamin B12 steps in to increase red blood cell production, which are the vital carriers of oxygen, helping that oxygen travel efficiently through the now improved circulation. And finally, vitamin E acts as a guardian, protecting and nourishing the blood vessels that carry all this goodness, while also playing a key role in helping to regulate the testosterone that fuels your energy, drive, and masculine vigor. Individually, they each play a significant role, but together they create what I often refer to as the vitality triangle: robust circulation, sustained energy, and balanced hormonal support, all working in perfect harmony. This synergistic effect is especially important as you age because your body doesn't bounce back from deficiencies or stresses the way it did in your younger years. Nutrient absorption can slow down, inflammation might be more persistent, and recovery generally takes longer. Even one missing piece in this nutritional puzzle can throw the entire system off balance. But when you bring these three essential nutrients together consistently and in balance, your body starts to remember how it's supposed to feel, how it used to feel. You may find yourself waking up feeling more genuinely rested, thinking with greater clarity, and responding with more vigor when it counts, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally too. A profound sense of confidence often returns, and that's an invaluable feeling that no prescription drug can manufacture. Walter wasn't an isolated case. I've witnessed this same transformative journey in countless men who decide to take these nutrients seriously and thoughtfully build them into their daily wellness routine. However, there's a crucial point here. Most men, unfortunately, never experience these full benefits. Why? Because they're unknowingly making a very common yet critical mistake that effectively cancels out the very progress they're diligently trying to make. And if you're not careful, you might be falling into the same trap. It's a common scenario I've witnessed too many times in my practice. One morning, a gentleman named Gerald, a thoughtful, well-read man of 74, walked into my office. He was clearly trying his best to take proactive control of his health, and he came prepared, holding a plastic grocery bag, literally overflowing with various supplement bottles. He carefully spread them out on my desk and said with a sigh of resignation, "Doc, I've been taking all of these religiously for months, some of them for years, but I still feel tired all the time. My thinking is foggy, and if I'm being perfectly honest, nothing is improving down there." I could hear the deep disappointment and frustration in his voice, a sentiment I've heard echoed by far too many men before him. This brings us to the biggest, most detrimental mistake men make, especially those over 60 when it comes to supplementation. They assume that simply taking supplements is enough. They often head to discount stores or click on the cheapest online options, purchasing generic, often synthetic versions, under the misguided impression that all vitamins are created equal. But let me be unequivocally clear. They are not. The specific form of a vitamin, its overall quality, its bioavailability, and the dosage are all critical factors that determine whether your body can actually absorb and utilize the nutrient effectively, or if it will simply pass through your system, money wasted and benefits unrealized. Take vitamin B12, for example. Many generic mass-market brands use a form called cyanocobalamin. It's cheaper to produce, but many older men, due to changes in their digestive system and metabolism, find it very difficult to convert cyanocobalamin into the active form their body actually needs. What you should be looking for instead is methylcobalamin, which is the active, readily usable form of B12. The same principle applies to vitamin D. Vitamin D2 is often less expensive, but it is far less effective and less efficiently utilized by the body compared to vitamin D3. And when it comes to vitamin E, synthetic forms, often labeled DL-alpha tocopherol, can lack the full spectrum of tocopherols and tocotrienols that your body needs to effectively support testosterone production and ensure optimal circulatory health. Another pervasive mistake is inconsistency. Randomly taking a vitamin once or twice a week, only when you happen to remember, simply isn't going to create lasting physiological change. Your body thrives on rhythm, on regularity. It needs steady, consistent support to rebuild energy stores, restore optimal blood flow, and rebalance hormones. This isn't about chasing a quick, fleeting fix. It's about diligently creating a daily foundation for long-term health and vitality. When Gerald made the crucial switch from his bag of assorted, often low-quality supplements to a targeted regimen of higher-quality, bioavailable forms of the key vitamins we've discussed, and began taking them consistently every single day, the difference was nothing short of dramatic. Within a month, he reported that he was sleeping more soundly, waking up with more energy than he'd felt in years, and, in his own words, feeling like a man again. That profound change didn't come from trying harder with the wrong tools. It came from doing it right, with the right approach and the right nutrients. Now that you understand which vitamins are crucial and why quality and consistency are non-negotiable, the next logical step is putting it all together into a practical, sustainable plan. You might be wondering, okay, Dr. Carr, this all makes sense, but how do I actually make this a part of my daily life without it becoming another complicated chore? That's a fantastic and very common question. When I work with older men, one of the first things they often ask me, usually with a blend of hope and a touch of hesitation, is, "Doc, just tell me what to do each day. I don't need anything overly complicated. I just need something that genuinely works." I respect that question deeply because at this stage of life, most men aren't looking for fleeting fads or complex gimmicks. They crave consistency, simplicity, and a straightforward plan that helps them feel strong, capable, and vibrant again. So, let me tell you about Frank. Frank was a 66-year-old former carpenter who came to me after months of grappling with persistent low energy, poor sleep quality, and a noticeable decline in his confidence, particularly in the bedroom. We didn't try to overhaul his entire life overnight. Instead, we focused on building a basic, yet incredibly powerful daily routine centered around the very vitamins we've been discussing today. Vitamin D3, an active form of B12, and a natural full-spectrum vitamin E. And the results for Frank changed everything. Each morning, Frank would start his day with a full glass of water, and he'd take his vitamin B12 supplement along with a protein-rich breakfast, which can aid in its absorption. After breakfast, he made it a habit to take a short walk outside, aiming for just 15 to 20 minutes in the morning sunlight. This simple act helped to stimulate his body's natural vitamin D production. On cloudy days, or during the winter months when sunlight is scarce, he would take his high-quality vitamin D3 supplement with his first meal. For his vitamin E, a small handful of almonds or sunflower seeds as a snack, or a generous drizzle of good-quality olive oil over his lunchtime salad provided excellent natural sources, and he supplemented modestly as well to ensure consistent intake. That was essentially it. No extreme measures, no complicated protocols, just small, deliberate, health-promoting choices integrated into his daily rhythm. Within a matter of weeks, Frank reported a significant shift. He had more energy to enjoy playing with his grandkids. He found himself with a renewed interest in being close and intimate with his wife. And most importantly, he described a sense of quiet confidence returning, a feeling that had subtly slipped away over the preceding years. He felt like himself again, not necessarily a younger version of himself, but a stronger, more grounded, more vital version of the man he was right now. The truth is, you don't need a dozen different pills or convoluted daily routines to make a real difference. What you truly need is a steady, consistent rhythm, the right nutrients in their right forms, and a prevailing mindset that affirms, I am still in control of my health and I am choosing to invest in my well-being. Because, gentlemen, you absolutely are. As we draw this conversation to a close, if you've made it this far with me, I want to take a moment to speak to you, not just as a doctor, but as one man to another, as someone who has spent over 3 decades sitting across from men just like you. Men who have lived full, rich lives. Men who've worked tirelessly, raised families, built legacies, and contributed so much to the world around them. And now, many find themselves quietly, sometimes painfully asking, why doesn't my body feel like it used to? What happened to my energy, my drive? Please know that question is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it's a profound sign that you're still fighting, still searching, still aspiring to reclaim the strength, the energy, and the deep connection that make life feel truly meaningful and vibrant. And that unwavering spirit is something I deeply respect and admire. We've talked today about 3 absolutely essential vitamins. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug that helps to open up your blood vessels and restore healthy blood flow precisely where it matters most. We've discussed vitamin B12, the energy generator that fuels your brain, your muscles, and your overall stamina, helping you feel alert and capable. And we've covered vitamin E, the hormone and vessel protector that safeguards your heart, supports healthy testosterone levels, and keeps your entire system running more smoothly like a well-oiled machine. But the real transformative power doesn't come merely from knowing their names or their functions. It comes from actively, consciously, and consistently building them into the fabric of your life. The unvarnished truth is that these nutrients don't just support your physical body. They support your very identity. They bolster your confidence, enhance your presence in your relationships, and empower your ability to wake up each morning feeling more like yourself again. I've witnessed this positive transformation happen too many times in too many men's lives to ever doubt its possibility. I've watched men who were genuinely convinced their best years were far behind them discover a surprising second wind, a renewed vitality that changed absolutely everything for them. So, the pivotal question now is, what will you do with this information? That, my friend, is entirely up to you. You can take what you've heard today and let it gather dust on a mental shelf. Or you can choose to act on it. You can make the conscious decision to give your body what it's been quietly, perhaps desperately, asking for. You can choose to take that energizing walk in the morning sun, to take that high-quality supplement with intention and purpose, to say a resounding yes to your health, to your future, and to the quality of your coming years. Because here's what I know with absolute unwavering certainty. It is not too late. It's not even close. You still have ample time to feel stronger. You still have abundant opportunities to reconnect, both with yourself and with those you love. And you absolutely still have the capacity to be the man you know, deep down you are, fully, boldly, and without apology. You've already taken a significant first step by simply showing up here today, by investing your time to learn. Now, it's time to take the next one. If this video spoke to you, if it helped you in some way, or even if it just gave you something important to think about, please don't keep it to yourself. Go ahead and hit that like button. It truly helps us know that this content is making a positive difference. Share it with a friend, a brother, a colleague, or anyone you care about who might need to hear this empowering message. And if you have a moment, please leave a comment below. Let me know what resonated with you the most. Or perhaps tell me what specific health topic you'd like me to cover in a future video. Your voice, your input, genuinely helps to shape this space and make it more valuable for everyone.